Hey guys, what is going on? It is Snoresby back. Time for some more Sky Factory. And I apologise in advance here, my voice is a little worn out. I have been recovering from New Year's Eve celebrations. So if it sounds a bit croaky in this episode, I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it's going to have to be. So, you can see here after last episode, we jumped ourselves off the side of the world by accident, and I just had to get myself the achievement book back. But that is the only thing I cheated in there, like you saw at the start of the video. And I thought, well, we may as well build ourselves some chests here, trying to save some stuff from just in case we fall off again down the track. So after recovering all of my tools that I lost after falling off the world there, we started grinding towards getting ourselves some more of that clay, so we can go ahead and start generating some lava so we can get our cobble gen going. So this episode is going to be based a little bit on that, and it's also going to be based on making our mob spawner. So you can see here I'm pulverizing with my hammer our sand and gravel down into dust, like we did last episode, and we're going to go ahead and sift that until we get ourselves some bone meal. However, I do make a bit of a mistake here. It's probably a little bit further down in the video, but there is one crafting recipe for the it's some sort of clay from Mod Factory Reloaded, and I thought it was the same thing in the crafting recipe. We will see that here in a second because I've got the 2 bone meal, so I thought you can chuck this in the crafting grid. But we make ceramic clay, and it's the wrong type, and as you see when I go to craft myself the crucible, it doesn't work because it's the wrong clay. So don't go doing that, guys. That is probably the wrong thing to do. You can see we want to make ourselves some of the other clay. So while I'm waiting to get more bone meal, I decided to keep expanding our mob spawner here out in the distance. Now you want to make this at least 25 blocks away from your main base, so mobs are going to spawn here when you are not close by and you're working on other stuff back at the main platform. You want to try and make the majority of your base out of the half slabs on the bottom side, so the mobs can't spawn on those either. And you want to make sure that the spawning platforms are with normal full-size blocks. So you can see here I'm starting to slowly expand the platform around. You're going to want to put a fence around it eventually. You'll see that in the video when we do that, but yeah, you'll see that. So we've got 2 big platforms there. You can make them any length you want, as long as they're, well, I suggest 2 wide, so you can get to both sides of them from each side of the spawner, so you can kill all the mobs when they start spawning in there. So yeah, you can see I put torches down. You want to make sure you put some torches down, just in case it turns to nighttime like it has here, so that mobs don't spawn on you when you're back at the platform, and then you've got to deal with those when you come back to keep building on it. So yeah, it's slowly expanding this out. You can put blocks underneath, but seeing as I had limited resources here at the time, we sort of just left them open to the world, but nothing will get down there, so it's not really that big of an issue. Alright, so to build the roof on this thing, you want to make it 3 high, and well, place 3 blocks down like you saw me, and then put a half slab on top. And then remove the 3 blocks and start filling the roof in like so. And that way, if you use half slabs on the bottom slab on the top for the roof, that way you won't get mobs spawning up there either, and that is good, because you don't want mobs spawning on you when you don't want them there, which is not good. So to build the walls, you use 2 full blocks off that side platform, as you can see here. So you've got a full block space between the floor of the spawning, or the spawning pad, and the walls. And then after you've got the whole of the walls done, go along and put a half slab on the top half of the block. That is spaced out there. Hopefully I'm explaining this alright, and you'll see that you get a fully dark room. And if you hit F7, it will be fully dark and mobs can spawn. And as you can see now, when you come back after several minutes, you got some mobs spawning, which is awesome. So this is going to be good because it's going to allow us to get bone meal a lot easier through the skeletons or whatever. And also you get heaps of other mobs, and you get a chance of dropping things like loot bags, which give you some epic loot. So something to keep in mind. You want to get this done pretty early on here. You can also see there before my tool leveled up, and it's a good way of leveling up your early game tools here by just using them to kill the mobs. You get good experience or whatever, so yeah, good to know. So these are some of the things you can drop. You get like the tofu bacon there, or the Christmas essence, I think that's what it's called, and you craft up those little presents there, which are pretty much lucky blocks, but they don't actually have any bad things, which is good. So yeah, I think that's a little Easter egg included in Magical Crops for the Christmas period, because I did record this over the Christmas period, obviously. So now we've got enough bone meal to craft our porcelain clay. It's interesting, that little crafting switch button there, that you can craft between the 2 different clay types with the same recipe. But you can see we've got our unfired crucible. We're going to chuck that in the furnace and get it all cooked up. And you want to get yourself another torch at this stage so you can start melting the cobblestone. So you can see here, I'm placing myself the torch down, and you want to put the crucible over the top. Now you can see in the ex nihilo tooltip there that the speed at which it melts it is 1 times. Now depending on what you put underneath the crucible, the quicker that the cobblestone will melt down. For a full piece of for a full bucket of lava, you're going to want to make you're going to need 4 cobblestone, I should say, to get that going. You can see here I've got the first cobblestone ready. And I run ahead and right click it in there, and you can see that it's slowly turning it over into fluid lava. And as you can see, they've chucking it all in, got 1 bucket cooking up. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Next episode we will definitely get our cobblestone generator going, and then we'll be able to rapidly expand the platform. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to keep up to date with this series, make sure you subscribe to the channel. My name's Mr. Norsby. Thanks, guys. Sorry for the sad voice. I'll catch you next time.